Here I am, File, New, Document. And I'm going for just 8.5, 11, just to show you what's going on. So go to Layout, Margins, and Columns. And this is in order to create the amount of columns that you want on the grid on your page. So margins and columns, you can tell it to have 2 columns. I also recommend that you make your margins around the edge of the page wider. I have 1/2 inch here. It just gives a bit more air and space to the page. Okay, so we go, okay, we've got 2 columns now. The point of what I'm showing you here is to adjust the grid as we just did, but also to show you how to link 2 columns of text to each other. So I'm going to pull in some dummy copy and show you. So this is, click on the page, Command D, which I think we talked about the other day. That's when you pull in text or an image, Command D. So I'm going to My Magazine and just going to an old article and just pulling it in. So, badoom. Open now. Here we have the text box. Drag it to the edge of your column and drag it all the way down to the bottom. And what you see here in the bottom is a red box with an X in it. So you click on that box and you go up to the second column and then you click and drag it down to the bottom. Now, this is not all the text. It's come at a very large size. So I need to change the size of all of this text. But I can't see all of the text because, as you can see here, there's another little red box. So what you do then is you create an overflow box. Go click on the red box and click and drag outside of the page, and you can see, wow, I got loads of copy here. So you don't have to show everything. It's just showing you that you have more text. Okay, so then you go to the text tool over here, which is a T. Click anywhere in the any of these boxes, and then you go Command A. Command A highlights everything. Up here we have the controls, and right here on the left hand side there's the paragraph formatting, and then there's the character formatting, and you want the character formatting, and you click on that, and now you can change the font, change the size, blah blah blah. I'm just changing, picking it. Wow, that's really ugly. See if I can find something a bit more basic. Okay, Lato. Lato is quite classy. Yeah. Did that work? No, not really. Okay, I'm gonna highlight it again. Command A, Lato. You don't want hairline, you want regular. So here is the font, and if it has different versions, underneath it gives you all the different weights of the font. So highlighted everything, and here you can change the point size of the text. And now we're getting into more normal territory, and I'm just going to make it 14:18 just because I'm sitting here. Okay, so when you indent text, it's in a magazine, it's a good idea not to indent the first paragraph, but just indent everything else. So highlight everything else, and this time you go to paragraph controls, and then you give it a fairly substantial indent. I realize you probably know a bunch of this stuff already, but I'm just showing you again anyway, just to make life easy. So then you want to put in a photograph. So you go back to the black arrow, and then you pull down the text box to create a space for the photo. So here's the space. Go Command D, I'm looking for an image, and I'm just picking up an old image that I have from a different project. And what do we got? I'm looking for something vertical. Here, that'll do. Okay, open. And then again, go into the grid, the corner of the column, click in the corner of the column, and then drag out to the edge of the column. And here we have this wonderful photo of some friends. Now, sometimes the frame is too big for the photo, and you want the frame to fit the photo. You double click, which creates the hand tool. Now, the hand tool is the same thing as the white arrow, and I know we talked about that the other day. So you got the hand tool here. You go to Object up here, Object, Fitting. So this will do a bunch of different things. Fit frame proportionally. Click, and it'll just basically make it as big as it possibly can, width-wise. But it means you cut off a bunch of the photo, which honestly you don't have to worry about that. Okay, Object, Fitting, fit content proportionally. Or is that what we just did? Let's see. Yeah. So now you're fitting all of the photo into the frame, but the frame is too big. So then you go back to Object, Fitting, Fit Frame to Content. So now the photo fits at its real size to the frame, which is snug to the edges, and that's important just because it makes life way easier. So we're still in we are now in the white tool. We want to go back to the black tool. That means you can move it around. So black tool, click onto the photo and move it snugly into that corner of the column. So now you want to fit the photo into the column. You go Shift Command, which on your machine is probably Shift Control, but you can look it up. Grab the corner and slide it over to the edge of the column. There. So now you have this great photo. You got all this text here. You got room for a headline here. Command, go back to your character controls. You can make it into a nice font. I have no idea what that is. I'm just making it whatever. But there you go. The key takeaway here for me is linking the text box from column to column. It makes it so you don't have to cut the copy into little bits and try and fit it all that way. That's really irritating and takes a really long time. This way it's very flexible, and you can change it, and you can move it, and you can add photos and take them away, and the text will always fit itself into whatever you're doing. That's probably enough for now. Talk to you soon.